And Senior 105s, the European Senior Weightlifting Championships in Tel Aviv. We've just seen the snatch part of the competition. It was won by Andrei Aramnau. The Belarusian with a fearsome reputation is back. Not quite as strong as he once was, but he's a kilogram ahead of the Russians. Well, in a moment or two, they'll be coming out for the clean and jerk. We're expecting to probably see Gierkovics of Hungary come out first. 192 is what he's posted. The highest posted opener is DEMANOV, the Russian, the young Russian, 215 kilograms. Well, we have plenty of action for you today. The plus 75 kilo class women is on Eurosport 2. That's live at 1400 Central European time. And then on this channel, again, it's the plus 105 men, the supers at 17:15. And if you missed the women over on Eurosport 2, then you can watch right here at 1900. It will be repeated, the plus 75 kilo class, the women's supers. So we still have the second half of this 105 kilo class competition, and it's getting underway. This is Ferenc Gierkovics, the Hungarian, coming out at 192 kilograms. Well, added to his 173, he goes up to 365, still 15 kilograms short of the Moldovan from the B group earlier.
Standing up fairly strongly with that. Big drive to arm's length. Stands still, waits for the down signal. He's in the competition. The lifters must be successful with at least one snatch and one clean and jerk to make a total.
Well, his personal best in the clean and jerk, believe it or not, 225 kilograms. So he is way, way down.
We see Gierkovics here just having a quick chat with his coach, trying to decide on the next selection of weight. The bar automatically goes up by 1 kilo, so it's gone to 193. But looking at the starting list, nobody else is coming out till 203. So it looks like he could well be following himself, meaning he only has 2 minutes to recover, and that's quite tough on the clean and jerk.
It is. It's more strenuous than the snatch, which could be over in, well, a split second. The next lowest posted starting weight is Jürgen Spiess. We expect in around 203, so Gierkovics unlikely 203. So let's see what he's going to go for. I'd imagine probably around the 197, 198 mark. 196 is what we're seeing, so just 4 kilograms up.
Okay, 201 kilograms.
34 years old now. Perhaps the best lifting is behind him. With 225 as a personal best, I think that's fair to say. He did that back in 2004. But a decade on, he's still managing to get himself up in an A group at a European Championship. Still Hungarian #1. Hungarians have a great lifter in the supers, Peter Naj, who'll be going later on today. There's the young Russian, Timur NANIEV. We expect him to come in around 210. His personal best, 222.
Well, these lifters to waste a bit of time, or to gain extra time, should I say, between lifts, they will change the weight on the bar twice. So we've had 196 posted, but I think I heard the announcer say the bar has gone to 201. And each time there's a change in weight, the clock has to stop while the loaders are on the platform, so it just buys the lifters a small amount of time.
That's a big old jump. Begs the question, why come in at 192, then jump up to 201?
Well, at this kind of body weight, these guys are capable of 10 kilo increases. You wouldn't expect it between second and third attempts, but maybe he just felt like he needed to get one secure lift in the competition to make a total, and after that he can relax and go for it.
So 201 kilograms it is. Second lift. This would take him up to 375. And it will take him 1 kilogram ahead of the German from the B group earlier. So he'll go into second overall.
Well, it was a strong lift. I'd say it was the best we've seen technically, not as explosive as we see some of the lifters that will be coming out later. When he catches the clean here, catches it very high, sinks in, keeps the bar moving, uses the whip on the drive nicely to arm's length.
Yeah, 205. Who knows, maybe even another 10 kilograms, 210. It's certainly well within his personal best. 204 is what we hear is being called for. Jürgen Spiess of Germany was expected in at 203. He's gone up by a kilogram. (29 years old, Spiess. He has a personal best of 212. Was 9th at the Olympic Games in 2012.
Oh, really solid overhead. So you usually see the Germans, every German lifter I've seen has a very, very good jerk. It's obviously obvious that they spend a lot of time when they're young, developing athletes, working on these positions.
Well, he's a European title winner. That was back in 2009. This year it's a whole lot trickier to win it, though. European Championships can be on and off. 2009, a year after the Olympics. Often it goes off the boil a little bit just after 1 year after the Games. Then each and every year as it gets towards the Olympic Games again, it goes up that little bit more. Not necessarily. Some of the lighter categories, there's so many lifters that it doesn't actually change at all. You do see in some of the heavier categories, you see some lifters just taking a season off, relaxing even.
Completely, and it's hard for these lifters to be performing year on year on year. And, you know, we have a European Championships every single year. We have a World Championships every year, apart from Olympic year, in which case the Olympics replaces it. So it really is quite a full-on calendar for these lifters with very little downtime.
Roman Zaitsev of Ukraine coming out for 205. Hit 3 out of 3 in the snatch, 173 his best, finishing 5th there. And if he gets this, it'll move him into second position overall. Still, Zbania of Moldova from the B group will be in the lead.
Well, slight wobble overhead. If we watch the slow-mo, there's a good change in speed as the bar passes his knees. Good acceleration, giving enough upward momentum.
Lifters we haven't seen in the clean and jerk.
bit soft in the upper back as he stood up with that. Really struggling to get it off his windpipe. You see the legs shaking. Oh, when you're seeing black and your legs are shaking to try and drive that bar overhead, that's a big ask.
Well, his best 201 settles for a 374 total, which has him in third place at the moment, with 6 lifters still to join in the clean and jerk, most likely finishing down in 9th position.
Goes up also. Arkadiusz Michalski, Poland, Polska, 210. 210, percent.
So it sounds like it'll be the Pole, Arkadiusz Michalski, coming in next at 210.
Now Andrei Aramnau.
But he's gone up a kilogram, so it flicks over to Andrei Aramnau of Belarus. Surely not Aramnau coming in at 210. A man who's done 236, former world record holder. That would be a surprise. It's sitting on his name at the moment at 210, but I expect him to go up.
Well, he was a good 16 kilos down on the snatch from his absolute best, the world record of 200 kilos. He finished on a 184, so I guess in proportion he could be coming out fairly soon.
Well, he must have gone up, as this is Sergei Lepatsky of Ukraine at 210 for his opener. And if he gets it, it still won't beat the B group lifter from earlier, Zbernia. It will equal Zbernia on 380 kilograms, but Lepatsky is the heavier man.
He's running out of time here, 5 seconds. 3.
Did he get it past his knees?
I believe that's a failed lift. He's not going to stop. Ooh, I failed that on a press out as well.
Well, the rules for the clock.
Well, the ruling is a bar must pass the knees before the buzzer. I don't think that bar passed his knees before the buzzer, in which case he was timed out. Even if he had got that overhead, I think if you see the replay, there was movement in his elbow. So either way, no lift. But in terms of being timed out, that's not the lifter's fault. Well, although it is, because he knows how long he has. There's a clock on the platform, but that's down to the coaches to get them out there on time.
The Moldovan still at the top, and look at his body weight as well, 101 kilograms. He did a 175 snatch, 205 clean and jerk for a 380 total in the B group yesterday. Very impressive lifting. Well, I imagine the Ukrainian will be coming out again, or maybe he'll buy himself a little bit of time, go up to 212, try and bring in the German, maybe Aramnau. We'll have to wait and see. Aramnau and the others still, as you can see, haven't done a clean and jerk.
Aramnau will have to come out on 112 because he's already had 2 changes of weight from the warm-up room, so he's fixed now on 212.
Arkadiusz Michalski. This is his opener.
Very explosive, very quick underneath the bar. Great drive to arm's length. There's a lot more there. You're going to see Michalski really push forwards now in the clean and jerk.
And that's Michalski up into the lead, up into first place.
Timur, NANIEV. Please prepare, приготовить.
Jürgen Spies, 211, jumping from 204, which was successful in his first lift. This will take him up ahead of Zbernia of the B group into second place overall from 5th behind Michalski.
He needs to stand still, feet in line before the referees will give him the down signal. And that's brought him right back up, almost in line with his personal best of 2:12. Working hard on every single one of these lifts. Great speed under the bar, driving out straight away, wasting no energy. You can see a small wobble there, which pulled him onto his toes. Big drive to arm's length. Just about manages to stand still.
Timur NANIEV of Russia coming out at 2:12. NANIEV's personal best, 2:22. Third in the snatch with 1:82.
That has to be the most stable jerk you've seen throughout this whole championships. You see him working hard to stand up with a clean. This is a sign of a young lifter that's coming through the ranks, still developing in terms of leg strength. He won't reach full strength for another 4, 5, 6, 7 years. But he's in a really good place now at such a young age.
Yeah, just 20 years old, replacing the likes of Klokov and Akayev in the 105s for Russia. Arturs Plesniaks of Latvia, 2:12 for his opener in the clean and jerk. Did a 1:72 in the snatch and then failed his next 2 attempts.
Just waiting for the 30-second buzzer. You can see him looking at the clock. Some lifters like to hear that buzzer before they approach the bar. They don't want any distractions. Oh, very nice first attempt, nothing wrong with that. Take some confidence from that going into his second attempt.
Andrei Aramnau
Goes on to 3:84 as a total. He's lighter than the Pole Michalski, who is also on 3:84, so he's into second place overall. We're still waiting to see DEMANOV, the experienced senior Russian, and Andrei Aramnau. Still yet to see those two.
Now leader after the snatch.
Former world record holder in this discipline, 2:36 at his very best.
Right, I blinked then, and I didn't actually see if the bar was stationary on his shoulders.
No lift.
Certainly didn't hang around, no
Well, that's
lift.
the reason I'm guessing. I blinked and
212.
just didn't see. I need to see the replay here. But the rules are that when you stand still, the bar must be stationary. It was never stationary.
Second attempt.
So, 2 reds to 1 white, and that's the very reason it's an easy weight for him, though. Yeah, when it's bouncing up and down like that, you can catch the whip.
Yeah, absolutely. The bar was still moving, so he has that extra added momentum on the bar. And if you time it right, happy days, the weight literally twangs up. If you mistime it, however, you end up back in a front squat. Either way, you're not allowed to do it, and he's just wasted a lift.
Roman Zaitsev, 2:12. This is 7 kilograms more than his successful first lift at 2:05. Will take him up to 3:85 in the total and into second place.
bar was sitting heavy on his shoulders, just trying to shake off the platform with 30 seconds still to go. You could hear the buzzer. Had a long wait, though, since that first attempt. Mistimes the clean, mistimes the jerk. Klepatsky now is in trouble. He's under a lot of pressure. You can see the frustration.
Andrei Aramnau, Belarus.
Yeah, that 210 that he did earlier, he got timed out. In fact, he did a little bit of flexion with his elbows as well, so it was probably a fail in both regards, but he certainly looks strong enough now here. Things looking not quite so good at 212. Well, Aramnau is going to have to come back out here at 212. This is the kind of weight in 2008 when he won the Olympic Games with 236. I'm sure he could have done a comfortable triple at. So he's just got to take his time here and make sure of this, or he'll put himself under severe pressure on the last lift.
Пошел. Постой. Стой.
And that was better. There was hesitation there that time. It's almost like he came out for his first attempt overconfident, maybe verging on the side of arrogance, just showing how easy it was. But forced to take a split second between the clean and jerk this time. And he's safely in the competition.
Well, we might not see him for a while again, because he's only got one lift left, and he'll be wanting to win the overall title. And he's only got a kilogram on one of the Russians, 2 kilograms on the other. So if he's going to try and win the European title, he may well have to wait to 220 plus to try and win it.
I think he's in a spot of bother for the title.
Well, here's a man who's done 236. Depends whether he's got those reserves left anymore. Roman Zaitsev. This is his final attempt. 212 again, having just failed it.
He needs to stand still, and he does. That's great lifting. Where's he going now? Ukraine, he's shouting. Well, we watch the slow-mo replay as he stands up out of the clean, adjusts his hands, take the bar off his windpipe to give him a better position for the jerk. Corrected the problem from the second attempt. Stands still.
So he goes into first place in the clean and jerk, third overall. Now this is Klepatsky of Ukraine, going for 212 under severe pressure here, having failed 210 and indeed 212 just moments ago.
Really attack that one. Nowhere near on the jerk, and you've got to question whether or not going up to 212 was a sensible call.
Yeah, especially when his personal best is 210.
Well, he's going to be disappointed, but at the same time, I think the coaches need to take some responsibility there for the wrong call of weight. And also not getting him out on the platform on time for his first attempt. That's where he had the best chance.
Absolutely, in his first senior international, it's hard to deal with all these things. He needs to really be spoon-fed the perfect weights and the perfect scenario to be able to handle it. Well, he's out. I'm afraid he's bombed. This is Andrei DEMANOV of Russia, coming out at 2:14. If he gets this, he will go straight into the lead overall in the competition by 1 kilogram ahead of Aramnau.
Well, when I'm coaching, I refer to a kick and a catch. That's when the bar passes the knees, there's a definite explosive impact on the bar, and then dropping into the receiving position where you catch the weight. This lift here, we can see that. Great example, great illustration. Explosive, powerful, dynamic lifting.
Well, it's interesting. DEMANOV still has 2 lifts to come. So does NANIEV, the Russian. They are sitting in 1st and 5th position at the moment. Aramnau down in 4th. All 3 men with lifts to come, but Aramnau only 1. They were the best in the snatch. This is the clean and jerk we're looking at here. It's the total, though, that everybody is really chasing. Arkadiusz Michalski, 215 kilograms. This would take him up to a 389 total. Still wouldn't bring him up into the top 3 in the total, but it would give him the lead in the clean and jerk.
Comfortable. Really comfortable. Surprised he only took a 4-kilo increase there. I think then it's, you know, it's a fine line, isn't it, between good lift and bad lift. A good lifter will make it look effortless almost.
Well, he's gone into 1st place at the moment in the clean and jerk. He's still got 1 reply lift to go. See what the others do. 221's his personal best. He's not going to be troubling for getting on the podium in the total. So it's all about the clean and jerk for him. Timur NANIEV going for 216. This would take him up to a 398 total. This would put him ahead of DEMANOV by 1 kilogram, who's posted a 225 for his 2nd lift.
That could be a psychological game he's playing there. He could well bring that down depending on what the other lifters do.
Aramnau's posted 220 now. He can't change again. I think he's done 2 already. Now let's see what NANIEV does. 216. Nails it and goes into 1st place overall in the total by a kilogram ahead of DEMANOV. Spies has his 3rd attempt coming up now. 216 on the bar unless he goes up.
Auf geht's. Komm, Capitano! Greif mit der Schulter an. Stellung gruppieren.
Now, Spies' personal best is 212. So this is 4 kilograms above that.
Okay, did well to stand with that, didn't he? Massive fight. Has he got the legs left? You can see his whole body trembling under the bar. Oh, trying to get the oxygen on board. The longer he leaves it, the harder it's going to be.
I think he's happy with his 211, his 2nd attempt. That was a real hit and hope, 216. So 7th overall in the total, 381 kilograms. And indeed his 211 in the clean and jerk leaves him 7th at the moment in that. 10th in the snatch with 170.
Just taking way too long. All he was trying to do there was get his vision back, get rid of the the blackness that he would have been seeing.
Yeah, he was counting stars in front of his eyes there for a moment.
It's hard.
Artas Plesnieks of Latvia going for 2:18. And this isn't enough to take him up into the top 3 in terms of total. He did a 1.72 snatch, which was a full 12 kilograms down on Aramnau, who won that. 10 kilograms down on NANIEV, who was 3rd in the snatch, so he's a long way away.
He knows how long he's got. Quick glance at the clock. Really solid. Might not take him into a medal position right now, but he's got one more attempt and he's clawing back some of that deficit from the snatch. 2:18, great lifting. Yeah, 2:19 being called. That's the automatic increase, 1 kilo.
I'm just looking at that again. That's 2:18 there, solid lift. His personal best, 2:22. He may well go for that on his next lift. Maybe even 2:23, because he's very unlikely to be troubling for total medals now. Might as well go for a personal best and maybe a medal in the clean and jerk. Well, here's the current standings in the total. Snatch and clean and jerk added together. NANIEV by a kilogram ahead of DEMANOV. Aramnau down in 3rd. Aramnau had 1 kilo on DEMANOV and 2 on NANIEV from the snatch. So it's very close indeed, but Aramnau has only 1 lift.
Position to say, come on then, match me.
Well, if he does this with ease, in some ways, it'll be pretty disappointing, because we're maybe not going to get to see the very best of Andrei Aramnau, who's a 2:36 man in the clean and jerk, former world record holder at his very best. But he's had his problems off the lifting platform. If he gets this, he'll go into the lead. He'll just have to wait and see.
He's okay, but he's not okay, obviously. Just needs to undo that belt. It's just lack of oxygen to the brain. He'll be okay. Best staying in a lying down position. Just need to elevate the feet above his head to get the oxygen back.
Yeah, if you've ever jumped out of a hot bath too quickly, that's the feeling, and it's not great if you've got 220 kilograms over your head. So really disappointing for Andrei Aramnau, who has used all of his lifts up. He's 3rd overall in the total, 6th in the clean and jerk. And this wasn't exactly a stunning return to competition he would have been hoping for. He had that as well.
Well, you know, we talked the first lift that he missed, where he rushed it, stood up out of the clean straight into the jerk, and then it was failed because he didn't pause. Same problem here. Didn't take very long at all between the clean and the jerk. That split second is important to take a couple of breaths of oxygen on board so that you can prepare for the jerk. He didn't do that, so he was basically holding his breath from start to finish, hence the lack of oxygen to the brain.
DEMANOV getting shouted at by the coaches. Is he getting pulled back down off the stage? Now you can see the loaders running back on.
Second attempt.
DEMANOV, remember, posted a 2:25, and I said that might be a psychological game he's playing. He's now brought it down to 2:21.
Yeah, Plesnieks has posted 2:24, and NANIEV 2:22 for his final lift. So DEMANOV will be well over 400 kilograms here in terms of total. We'll take him from 2nd up into 1st if he gets this.
He has to work a bit harder than his first attempt. He needs to stand still. Are they going to pass that? There's movement in the elbow. No, he needs to stand still. The bar landed on the platform, so that should be okay. The question is elbows.
No lift, they're saying. Well, he's looking a little confused. What do you think, the no-lift sport?
Elbows. I think it was elbows. In his attempt to recover, the bar landed on the platform, so that was okay, although it's rolled off now. Don't worry about that. In my view, there was movement in the elbow. He's saying no, it was a solid lift. I think when you watch it back in slow-mo, we'll see he's really pushing hard to keep it overhead. That's good. There we are. His right elbow, 2 flexions, 3 flexions. You probably can't feel what's the difference between a flexion, extension, and just shaking. Wow. That's tough. That's really tough, and that's going to have taken so much out of him.
I'd love to know how long he was actually fighting with that for. 5, 6, 7 seconds. It went on a long time there. He's going to be exhausted coming out for his 3rd and final attempt, and he's not going to have that long to recover.
No, 2 minutes, and that is no time at all. Well, I think he's under pressure here now. He might have to put his weight up.
He has done, because NANIEV's coming out at 222, so he's put it up a kilogram. NANIEV, remember, is leading overall on 398. DEMANOV was on 397. He'd have jumped all the way up to 404 had he hit that. This will take up NANIEV up to 404 as well, which will really put the pressure on DEMANOV.
Just 2 different chains of thought here. A couple of the lifters are playing it safe and taking steady increases, and then we've got a couple of lifters that are taking big jumps between 1st and 2nd and really putting themselves under pressure. NANIEV, however, is one of the lifters that has taken steady jumps. He now finds himself in gold medal position. It's some solid lifting.
European youth, European junior. Is he going to be European senior champion now? That was magnificent lifting there. 222 kilograms, successful to go to 404 in the total. He got 3rd in the snatch. Looks like he may well win the overall title now, but DEMANOV has a reply. So too Michalski and Plesniaks, but they're just too far away, unless they were going to do something unearthly in their final lift to take the total. So it's really down to this man as to which Russian gets the overall European title. DEMANOV going for 222. We saw that fabulous battle moments ago on 221, which he got 1 white light and 2 reds.
And what's harder than following yourself and only having 2 minutes is having 1 lifter between you and your next attempt. That means you get less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, a lifter who's 9 years your junior and your compatriot. So this really for everything right here. Well done.
Needs to stand first time. No messing this time.
Well, I didn't hear the down signal, but he's got it. It's a good lift. You can hear the MC. 222. That is particularly impressive, seeing as what just happened moments ago with that massive battle at 221.
It just shows how fit these weightlifters are. While we might not be able to run long distances, the heart rate would have gone sky high on both of these attempts, and he's had less than 2 minutes to try and bring that down, to compose himself, to go out and execute a maximum lift again.
So 405 kilos to NANIEV's 404. We still have 2 men lifting in the competition, and it's a little unusual that this situation arises, that the last 2 lifters are extremely unlikely to be involved in the overall race for gold, because Plesniaks is on 390 and Michalski on 388. They were way behind in the snatch.
You just see the Russian team relaxing and celebrating there in the warm-up room. Isn't it great to have 2 lifters from the same country really pushing each other?
Well, what is important is favourite for this category, the Olympic champion from 08. He's on a 396 total. If Plesniaks were to get this, he'd go to 396, and by virtue of body weight, well, the great Andrei Aramnau would be bumped off the podium at the European Championships. That would be a huge surprise.
Let's put this in perspective. Plesniaks has been successful already with 218 on his 2nd attempt. Personal best of 222. This is now an attempt at 224 for that bronze medal.
power in the end.
Well, more leg strength needed. Back to the squats.
So Aramnau is saved the shame of being bumped off the podium, but Michalski could still do it. He's called for 2:25, having hit 2:11 and 2:15 in his first two clean and jerks, and he too could bump Aramnau off the overall total podium. So if he gets this, it'll take him up to 3:98. He actually only needed 2:24 to do it, to go ahead of Aramnau. This is massive. Michalski's personal best, 2:21, so way above his PB. He did look very good at 2:11 and 2:15. This is it. This is the final lift of the competition. It'll take him from 4th to 1st in the clean and jerk, and up onto the podium in the total, in the bronze overall.
Oh, just collapsed at the bottom. Does well to stand with that. Oh, he's wobbling all over the place.
Well, if it was a couple of kilograms lighter, he may well have done it. In fact, he only needed, he went for 2:25. He only needed 2:24 to have gone ahead of Aramnau. And in the end, the clean and jerk is won with 2:22 by NANIEV. So if he'd have come in at 2:23, well, a lot of could have been, should have been, but he went for 2:25, 10 kilograms more than his second attempt. And in the end, he has to settle for 4th place in the clean and jerk. Michalski, 5th in the overall. So we know the positions, and Andrei Aramnau there is 3rd in the overall. The world record holder in the snatch and total, Timur NANIEV, in the clean and jerk, takes the win with 3 out of 3, 2:22, by virtue of body weight, 2 grams lighter than Andrey DEMANOV. Russia 1-2 in the clean and jerk, with Blesnieks of Latvia on 2:18 to take the bronze. While 2 men bombed in the end, the Lithuanian from the B group and Klepatsky from the A, 2:10 and 2:12s he missed. Let's have a look back at what we saw just a few moments ago. 222 kilograms. This was the winning clean and jerk.
I think we see here the making of a new Russian legend. Many years to come, hopefully. This is the start of his career.
Yes, indeed. And DEMANOV there waving to the camera. He's the overall winner, the total winner, 405 kilograms. He equaled NANIEV in the clean and jerk, but 1 kilogram more in the snatch. He needed it as well, as he was the heavier man, just slightly sharper haircut, and he'd have won the clean and jerk. He'd have done second, first. But it's Russia 1-2 in the overall.